to the Cheatologist show. That was a very deep message in the video that was just played. I thank Leroy for playing that. Thank you for returning back to the subject matter at hand. We're talking about tonight married men who have girlfriends with a wife on the side. Your man is constantly cheating on you, but you're still with him. Your man lies deliberately and is very disrespectful to you, but you're still with him. You snoop around and find things in his belongings that indicate that he's dealing with other women, but you're still with him. You're hoping he change, you praying he change, you begging him to change, but he don't, but you're still with him. It's not enough that he is cheating on you, but you're allowing this to go on without challenging and without questioning him. Yet you're constantly complaining to him, why are you doing this to me? You're telling your girlfriends about him, and you even telling some of your family members about what he's doing to you. But you don't address the problem within yourself. And sometimes you're the problem. You ain't even know it. Don't prejudge me for what I'm about to share with you tonight, because this is truthful information. These are facts. These are not opinions. This is actually what's going on. These are things that we're not addressing because either we're ashamed, either we're weak, or either we don't have the proper information to dissect the problems to get to the root of the issue. Tonight, that's what I'm going to share with you. First, I'm going to start it off by explaining to you what boys do in relationships, not men, what irresponsible little boys do in relationships that you're proud to have or say is your man. Boys are irresponsible. They don't discuss issues with their women or their wives. They don't accept accountability even for their actions. They are weak, they are selfish, and they are inconsiderate. They argue and fuss with you about finding out about them or talking to them about what they're doing wrong. They argue and fuss with you. Ladies, I'm talking to you. Men, I want y'all to listen as well. Do that sound like you? Did I just describe you as a person? Or did I describe your husband? Guys, I want you to step up. I really want y'all, I really hope that y'all call in. I hope that the guys call in tonight with questions. Women too. The call line is 804-915-5202. I really hope that you call in and ask me questions or bring some solutions to this problem that we have. Because that's my intentions tonight. Your inconsistencies in the relationship and your irrational behavior is causing the destruction of the marriage or the destruction of the relationship. You being unwilling to address the problem is becoming a problem abroad. This is not a race issue. It's not just about black men who are cheating, but we have we have all races who are dealing with this problem. Some respond differently to it, but nonetheless, it's still a problem that's being addressed abroad or being dealt with abroad. Did you know that your failure to respect the mother of your children, your failure to do this will ultimately have an effect on your child who sees your behavior towards his mother? Do I need to repeat that? The lack of respect that you show your child's mother will ultimately have an effect on a child that witnessed your behavior to his mother or towards his mother. Your failure to be respectable and a decent husband will affect the overall stability of the family. A man, not a boy, a man steps up and takes responsibility for his family. He settles issues at home by discussing things and viewpoints with his wife. He don't feel that he's always right, so he listens to what his wife say as well and take it into consideration when they having a discussion. He just don't say, no, it's my way, this is the right way, what you saying, you don't know what you're talking about. Men don't do that. He knows he cannot be inconsiderate and selfish because his choices that he make is going to affect the family as a whole because he is the lead. He is the lead. Unfortunately, what you see today in a lot of families is the man not leading. Not because the woman don't want us to lead, it's because we have failed terribly in our responsibility as men. So women are not trusting us, and they have the right. They are not trusting us to lead anymore because we are leading our families into destruction. We're leading our family into decadence. And we are not stepping up as men. What we're doing is leaving one relationship, jumping to the next, and leaving a trail of destruction in women, destroying these women who don't have the ability to come back from your destruction, and then they take their problems into another relationship, and they are never happy. They are so torn up and destroyed inside that they are unable to love. They are unable to love themselves and unable to love any man that interact with them. As men, we have to challenge our weakness and define the sexual problems that we have going on within our own selves. Because if we don't, eventually, again, it's going to affect the family. Any threat to the family, any man knows this. Any threat to the family is a direct threat to himself. I'm going to take some of the calls that's coming in. Thank you for calling the Cheatologist.
Hey, how you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing good, brother. Thank you for calling in. How can I help you?
Oh, yeah. I got married when I was 18, and I'm 25 now, and I have a little boy and a daughter. And I make sure that we go to church on Sundays. I make sure that I try to attend the PTA meetings. I try to do the after-school things with the kids when I'm not at work. And, my wife, she helps. She does what she does, And I try to make it more of a partnership than it is to say that she does more than what I do. A lot of guys think that since the man only goes out to make the money and comes home, that's all he needs to do. Well, that's not true. A man has to bring up their sons and their daughters, and I don't think that everything should be left to the women. Now, you have a lot of women out here now these days that claim that they don't need a man, but that's not the way it's supposed to be.
That's right. That's right.
And I agree with everything that you're saying, and I just wanted to say, thank you, man. I think we need a lot more positive brothers like you out here,
thank you.
Because, instead of all these guys running around here with the pants sagging and acting like nuts, they need to be watching stuff like this and learning something, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
But you just keep it up, man. Good job, man.
All right, thank you, brother. Thank you for calling in. I appreciate that. Sometimes you allow your personal issues to block you from thinking properly or from taking in information that can help you and that can benefit you. Again, I am not here to judge you, and I'm not here to say that I'm better than you because I'm speaking to you about this subject. But I can say that what I'm going to share with you tonight is going to be useful for you in your relationship and also useful for me. The deliverer of the message is no better than the listener. That's all I'm trying to share with you. I am not here to judge you, bash you, and say I'm past this, because there are a lot of things I have matured in, and I no longer do, I no longer partake of. But it was a growing period for me, because I haven't always been the man I am today. We all have probably made some bad, irrational decisions when we were in relationships. We have done that. But it reached a point in your life when you want to start valuing more yourself and the people that is in your circle, your family. You want to have a different view of how you view women or how you view relationships. Relationship, even though it's instrumental, very instrumental and needed in relationships, the intimacy between a man and a woman. I'm not just talking about the sexual intimacy, but I'm just talking about the holding each other, the talking to each other, the pampering one another, the showing your interest. Like when she's talking, you're not always cutting through her conversation because you're not really trying to hear what she's saying. You just want to get your point across. Sometimes intimacy is just standing there, just listening, or just sitting there listening and say, baby, you know what? You're absolutely correct. And then you voice your opinion or whatever concerns that you want to share too. But listening, that's a form of intimacy. This is what is missing in a lot of our relationships. But I want to tell you this. Wait, no, you wrong, baby, because wait a minute. You ain't even give her time to say anything. But you're already jumping the gun. Okay. It's already difficult enough to find a good woman or a good man out here. It's already difficult for us men to find a good woman. Why? Not because they weren't good before, but so many of us, and I'm ashamed to mention, but I was one of them. So many of us has destroyed these women so terribly that they're not even fit to love anymore. They are unable to trust. So if you are unable to trust, you are unable to love. Because trust is a very important factor when you want to establish love. But if you're already stepping into a relationship or in a marriage like, I don't know. I know they're going to cheat on me. I want to see how long this marriage is going to last. I know it ain't going to last that long, but I did enjoy the marriage. I did like my gown and the pictures that I took, and so on and so forth. And the girls, they hating on me now because I'm married and all that. Look, that's not what marriage is about. Marriage ain't no showboating thing just to prove to your girlfriend that you can get a man. But you haven't even dealt with the issues that you had stepping into the marriage. Nor has he dealt with the issues that he had before marriage, and he stepped into the marriage. Let me go off track for 1 second. Let me just say one thing. If you're getting married to become a better person, you're already making a mistake. Let me say that again. If you're getting married to become a better person, you're already making a mistake. Now let me explain what I'm saying by that. Not that marriage is a mistake, because it's definitely not a mistake. But if you ain't already working on yourself to be that better person before you step into the marriage, or you doing dirt up until you get married, and then you say, okay, I ain't gonna do it no more because I'm married. But then a week after marriage, you back to doing the dirt. It was a mistake from the beginning. Okay? So work on you. The things that you're going to do in your marriage is often practiced in a relationship. So ladies, if he's no good right now in a relationship, 9 times out of 10, he might not be that good in a marriage. Again, I'm not judging. I'm just sharing information with you. If he's disrespectful to you now and calling you out your name, you this, you that, in front of your children, your mama, your aunt, your father, your brothers, When he get married, he's not gonna put tape on his mouth.